Bruce the baboon has a new home. Johannesburgers were captivated by the story of the wild baboon running loose in the northern suburbs of the city. Eventually captured and has been released today at the Vaalwater Game Reserve that's in Limpopo. And following that story for us, let's bring in reporter Captivated. Kai, good afternoon to you. So first of all, how did the authorities who released him today, and you'll describe the release to us, describe his experience once he'd been captured?
Well, Jeremy, it's been such a very epic experience. The minute he just walked out of the enclosure, he really took off and ran wild. So he could be anywhere, somewhere here. So now he has found a new wild troop. So that's going to be his new home. And we know that in Johannesburg, a lot of people are really fascinated by his adventures, how he was just jumping from one corner to the other. So it's been quite a very fascinating experience. But also, most importantly, Jeremy, it also speaks to also a very important issue of the rapid urbanization, where the primates really are running out of space, because as human beings are building the waterways and the golf courses, they're really running out of space. So but here in Limpopo, right here in Vaalwater, so here where we are, so there's an organization called Prime Crew. So they're really instrumental in making sure that they conserve and also preserve these primates. So Jeremy, let's hear from some of the volunteers actually who are right here with us. I'm just going to start with you, Kimberly. So you saw involved in this whole experience. For you, why is it so important really to be involved in this particular cause?
So the baboons are very important in our ecosystem. They have their little place. Everybody thinks that they don't, but they do. So the baboons, a lot of them, their mothers get shot or killed or stuff like that, and their orphans have nowhere to go. So because the baboons have a place in the ecosystem, they need a place to go to be helped as the babies that need to be helped. So what we do is we rescue, rehabilitate, and release. So these orphans that are here are in their first phase of being rehabilitated. So as you can see, we took them down to the river and they had their play and everything, and now they're all tired and sleeping and playing and stuff. And so they're still in their first phase of rehab, and as they get older, they'll go into their second phase and third phase and carry on until they're in their last phase before they get released.
Thank you so much for that, Kimberly. So, Jeremy, I would have tried really to get a reaction, but let's try if he can say a word. How are you? Well, I'm afraid Jeremy, he's taking a nap, so we can't really have a word there. But also we have someone else who's so much involved. You're coming all the way from the U.S. to be a volunteer here. So why is it so important as well? You're coming all the way from the U.S. to also do your part here.
Yes, from California, so it's a long flight. In 2013, I went on a safari, and I fell in love with primates. And then I decided, well, how can I get more involved? And I want to do my part in whatever I can do to help in the rehabilitation process.
So thank you so much, Jennifer. So, Jeremy, those are the voices here. So she's one of the volunteers. I mean, she came all the way from California. So, Jeremy, where we are standing, actually, there are just so many baboons roaming around. I wish I could really get you a reaction or two, but I'm afraid they are not really that mic-friendly. But let me try. Hello? So there you have it. They're all running away from us. Back to you in Johannesburg.
Just very quickly, and I'm so proud of you for going to the nth degree to try and interview the baboons. You were there when this animal was freed. I mean, it left that cage very, very quickly, didn't it? Just describe that to me again, and I'm not entirely sure whether we've got that video lined up. Describe it to us, and I think we can put the video up while you're telling us.
Really caught off guard. We were all waiting in anticipation, and little did we know, as I was standing right behind me, he really just sprang out of the enclosure and ran away. So it was such a very incredible moment to see everything unfolding, and we had seen him really running around in the streets of Johannesburg. We had witnessed a lot of moments of him really just running around, and subsequent to that he was captured, but now finally this is his day of freedom. So now Bruce has found a new home right here in Vaalwater.
Yeah, as long as he's not heading back to Northcliffe. Captivated, thank you very much indeed.